Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ostomy Care with Angel Face Amy. I'm Amy, your ostomy nurse, here to share helpful tips and education to help you live your best life with your ostomy. In today's episode, we're talking about preventing skin irritation and how to properly apply your ostomy barrier for the best fit and comfort. So, why your skin matters. Taking care of your skin around the stoma is one of the most important parts of living with an ostomy. Irritated skin can cause discomfort, affect how well your pouch sticks, and even lead to infections if not properly managed. The skin around your stoma should always be healthy and intact. Redness, itching, or broken skin are signs that something needs to be adjusted. A well-fitting barrier helps protect your skin and keeps leaks from happening. A healthy skin is just where your skin looks good and there's no redness. I'm sure you've seen whenever you've had a leak that the skin gets red, and if it keeps leaking on it, it's going to get more and more red, and it's going to break down more and more. And this is what we don't want. So in those cases, that is when you're going to use the skin crusting technique like I talked about in the first episode. But we want to keep your skin healthy right off the bat. So choosing the right barrier is one of the first things that you should think about to make sure that you're starting off on the right track. There are different types of barriers to choose from, and finding the right one can make all the difference. Flat barriers work well. This is an example of a flat barrier. They work well for stomas that stick out or have even skin around them. So either the stoma is going to stick through here, or they're just going to be kind of flush like this, but they're not going to be sunk in or retracted. So now cut to fit versus pre-cut, you can order these that are pre-cut. So if your stoma is round and it is measuring like a pretty normal size, you could have it pre-cut to say 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, and they'll send it to you already cut up, like round out just that size specifically. So you can't use cut to fit if your stoma is still changing size, like it's right after surgery, the first 6 to 8 weeks, usually it shrinks a little bit. Also, it's more difficult if your stoma is irregularly shaped. So there's the flat, and there's pre-cut versus you have to cut it yourself. So this is an example right here of one that is pre-cut. It's pre-cut to like 1.25. That one was already pre-cut. And then the rest of these are all ones that you have to go ahead and cut to whatever size. This is an example of a convex barrier, and this is an example of a flat barrier, which I talked about in another episode as well. So now we're going to talk about proper barrier application. So we're going to start with clean, dry skin. You want to avoid soaps with any, really I say avoid all soaps, because a lot of soaps have moisturizers and aloe in them, which hinders the adhesion of the sticking to your skin well. So you just want to clean your skin with warm water. I usually say to use paper towels, and you're just going to make sure you get the skin clean and dry. Make sure you don't use any lotions, any kind of moisturizer or anything like that, because those things will all hinder the adhesion of the appliance. Next, you're going to measure your stoma to ensure that you cut the barrier to the right size. So when you measure it, you're just going to make sure that there's like less than 1/8 of an inch of skin showing around the edge of the barrier. So when it goes over the barrier, you just don't want to see a lot of skin around it. A little bit is fine. So after you get it measured, then you're going to apply a thin layer of skin barrier wipe if your skin is prone to irritation. So you can use these skin preps, which I talked about in the skin crusting technique video. I can't find one right now, but here's one. So we have skin prep, which you can use on your skin, but honestly, these manufacturers say that their barriers work best when there's nothing on the skin. So you just want to clean it, make sure it's really dry, and then you're just going to apply this directly to the skin. You place the barrier around your stoma without touching the sticky side too much. So that's why it has these white wings on the edges. That's so that you can take off this plastic part and then you can hold on to the sides by this paper. So that's how you're going to want to apply it. And then you're going to want to press down firmly, especially around the stoma, to make sure that this is really the important part of the seal. This is like where all the magic is done. And this adhesive is activated by heat and pressure. So you want to make sure as soon as you get it stuck onto the skin that you really press around the stoma and get it on there good. And then you're going to want to put your warm hand over it for at least like 5 minutes. You want to not get up and do anything right away. You just want to sit there and let the heat and the pressure activate that adhesive. So that's really important to make sure that you don't just stick it on and then get up and carry on. You want to make sure you really get it to seal really well before moving on. So the other thing that I like to talk about is that you want to change your pouch regularly. And I always say that you should be in charge of changing your pouch, not it be in charge of you. So if you get a good adhesion and you don't have any problems, don't just leave it on as long as you can, because then it's going to control you. It'll be in the middle of the night and the thing will decide to leak. So make sure that you're changing it regularly. So like if 3 days or 4 days, whatever works best for your skin, but make sure you're in control. So if you have it on and it's working well and there's not a problem, you should change it 3 days later, because waiting longer is going to cause leaks, which is going to cause skin breakdown. And it's always best for you to be in control of the appliance and change it when you want to, when it's convenient for you. So that's why it's important not just to wait until it leaks to change it, but to change it every 3 to 4 days. So if you have skin irritation, if you do wait until it leaks and then your skin gets irritated, you're going to want to use that skin crusting technique that I showed you in episode 1. And then you also could always contact your ostomy nurse, but try just changing it more frequently and you being in control instead of it controlling you. So I think it's important to always have extra supplies on hand so you can change your pouch as soon as you notice irritation starting or burning or anything going on, so that you can really protect the skin around the stoma. And remember, every ostomy journey is unique. So what works for one person may not work for another. This is always a trial and error process. So what's your favorite skincare product? Let me know in the comments below. Your tips could help someone else. Thank you so much for joining me on Ostomy Care with Angel Face Amy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your questions in the comments. You're not alone on this journey, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.